Okay, it's hot, I'm sweaty, so if you can't hear my fan, I'm also exhausted. I've just been looking after 4 kids today. Well, it's not really that exhausting. It takes a more mental than a physical toll because the kids are good as gold. But with that being said, it's very relevant to the topic we are talking about, which not really, in my world, it really wouldn't be that relevant, but it's because of the kids that I'm here doing this video. And you can tell from the title that I'm going to talk about K-Pop Demon Hunters. And if you haven't seen K-Pop Demon Hunters... Oh, by the way, I'm doing this with my hands. It's just off screen. If you haven't seen K-Pop Demon Hunters, go and watch it. I've watched it 3 times now. All 3 times is because of my nephews and this time nieces wanted to watch it. So I was just like... The first time, I was like, sure, look, whatever the kids want to watch, they'll watch. I just don't let them watch really bad crap on YouTube. Like, it has to be educational, not these pillocks that jump around and just go, like, none of that rubbish. And when it comes to watching things on like Netflix, then absolutely. So they put this on. Now sat there watch it with them. And I'm sitting here laughing my head off throughout the whole time, and also thinking, you know what, these songs are pretty good, yeah, pretty catchy. Oh, Golden, wow, what that Golden track is bloody phenomenal. And like prior to that, I've seen it advertised. I saw a little bit of like promotional stuff, but it came and went. I didn't think of nothing of it because when it comes, like on this channel, I'm like the biggest lover of animation, and I love animation more than I do film and all of that. But when it comes to the kids stuff, especially stuff that's made from like the US, I just avoid because it's like, really just dumbed down pandering crap with bad humor. Well, this film just kind of, it was like they just took Asian anime, French animation, and a little bit of Americana and threw it all together and gave us this absolute masterpiece of a film. And I call it a masterpiece because it doesn't patronize the audience. It doesn't mollycoddle the audience. It doesn't shy away from death. It doesn't shy away from violence. And it doesn't... But above all that, it's just a great, simple story with brilliant camaraderie, brilliant, great plot, and just great consequences and great, stakes and all this kind of stuff. It's just like legitimately a brilliant film. And the music is just phenomenal. Like, I'm not a big K-pop fan. You look at me, you probably think, I don't even know what you think when you think of my musical taste, but my musical taste is eclectic. I'm very sorry, but when it comes to music, I'm a snob in the sense that I can't stand people that only like 1 or 2 genres and just close themselves off from other genres. I'm like, no, you're not a music fan. You are just a fan, or you're just a rock fan. You're just a, hip-hop fan. That's it. But you're not a music fan. Because if you're a music fan, you're a fan of music, regardless of the genre. That also means you can particularly hate a genre with an absolute passion. That's absolutely fine. That happens. But to close yourself off from everything, and you can be honest and say, look, I'm not a big fan of this type of music. I'm not a big fan of that type of music. This is kind of my preference. But it's the ones that sit there and go, everything is shit and only rock is good or only hip-hop is good. And I'm like, no. Like, I in general think most of hip-hop today is shit. But you get some absolute gems in there, some absolute nuggets in there. And back in the 90s and late 80s, I bloody loved hip-hop. It was like one of my favourites genres, along with like house music and like rave music and all that kind of thing, which was kind of the thing here in the UK. All right, and my tastes have kind of changed over the years, but you look at my playlist and I have like classical music, 80s music, 70s rock, mid 2000s kind of, that new wave indie kind of revolution that happened. Obviously loads of like house music and reggaeton, Latin music, random music from like Mongolia with the Who and all this kind of stuff. Like if I like it, It's going on there. It's as simple as that. And so the music for this was fantastic. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, yeah, it's cheesy, catchy. Well, second time you heard it, and then by the third time I heard it, I'd already downloaded the album. So I'm just saying. Just say, go watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. It's my favourite film of the year. I'm just going to be blunt. It's my favourite film of the year. It's overtaken Sinners. Now, with that being said, I'm going to read this article from Variety. Because as I was reading it, I stumbled across some bloody incredible statistics for this film. And so, because I like the film so much, I want to share these statistics with people and fawn over it like a little child. So, the Oscars will launch its first wave of digital screeners on Friday, August the 15th, for its 11,000 plus members to consider for the 98th Academy Awards, which will mark the official start of the awards season as studios vie for voters' attention on the members-only streaming platform. So this is like a special streaming platform for members of the Oscars. These are the people that vote for these kind of films and all of that. You submit your things by July 31st. That's the deadline, and then they start watching your stuff from next week, basically. And it's good to see that one of the films put forward is obviously K-Pop Demon Hunters. And at first, when I first saw the article, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, a film I really liked. They got the balls to put it forward for an Oscar nomination. That's quite... And then you look at the statistics, you're like, actually, this deserves to win Best Animated Film. It's not even a question. Nothing else is going to come close to it. Sony Pictures, by the way, were responsible for this film, which blows my mind because for live action, they're the worst. Netflix's animated feature, K-Pop Demon Hunters, will be among the highest profile titles launching on the platform. That blew my mind when they said it. I was like, what do you mean highest profile? Released in June, the music sensation has become Netflix's most popular original animated film of all time and ranks 4th on the streaming service's all-time most popular films list as of August the 5th. That is mind-blowing how good it does. I thought it was a good film, but this thing is done what, Superman and Fantastic Four only dreamed of doing. Of course, theirs is more box officey, but I'm just saying. That's crazy. But, animation, K-pop, kids, adults like me. Yeah, it's a winning combination, it seems. And you bet your sweet bum they're going to make sequels to this. Anyway, no more rambling. The movie's original song, Golden, absolute banger of a track, which will be a top track for the music branch to consider, has achieved unprecedented success, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Global 200 and number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. So that'll be like number 2 in the UK Top 40 if you're watching this video from the UK, but you're not. That's crazy. And I can't believe Let It Go only made it to number 5, which it says here, peaked at number 5. That's mind-blowing. I thought that song went number 1. I'm pretty sure it went to number 1 in the UK. But anyway, so yeah, that and This Is What It Sounds Like. I think that's what the name of the song is. Yeah, What It Sounds Like. Those two tracks both deserve Oscar nominations and both deserve to bloody win, if you ask me, because they're really catchy songs, really well written. So they're going to put this film forward for Best Animation, and it should win. It should win hands down. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, do go watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. Absolutely funny as hell. Even if you don't like the music, you'll like everything else about it. And that being said, I hope it sweeps at the Oscars. It definitely deserves it. I wonder if the second one, they'll do a limited cinema release. I think they should. They could probably claw back a buttload of money. But pump some of the music out before that, so when you get them in the cinema, they're just singing along to it and having a good time. And on that note, I'll leave you be. Go watch it. It's really good.